All right. So here we are. I got a letter from a guy from Sweden. He says, he watched my videos the whole day and downloaded all the templates and indicators and so on. But I must say it's like Greek for me. Never used any of them. Well, the thing is that to download them, I have the link here once again. And it says templates, and the templates would go in the template folder. Inside, if you hit F4 on your keyboard, it's going to bring up the meta editor. And then you're going to go to this trusty window here that says, let's see if I can get that right. It says you get to the terminal, and as soon as you open it up, you'll see, open files. You're going to see these choices here. Profile, templates. There's two templates here because one's a zip file that I have inside there, because when I do new stuff, I'll archive it into the folder just as a zip file. So I have a lot of stuff, and when I was really into this stuff about a year ago, I really got carried away, like you do on anything. I think everything goes through a phase of, okay, you go nuts, and I think the market does that. It just goes nuts, and then it gets very choppy. Just like a relationship. And so this stuff is constantly a challenge in life. Life is chaotic and inconsistent as far as what could happen in front of you. People are crashing cars, they're shooting up schools, people are doing dumb shit. And it's what you do about it, right? It's the same thing in these markets. When the market is really quiet, I mean, it's like a low volatility session in Asia here. I think it's really ripe for it's ripe for scalping because you can run very tight stops. So I have the scripts in here. I've got all sorts of stuff in here. Scripts again. Now scripts are for trading. They execute, and then I've even got like a stupid thing like a robot in here. I got the scalping thing here. I got a video link to how to put these guys in. Here's the $5 drops, which it's risking $5. Now this is a view, like I said, a dollar store. Look at the dollar store guy. If trading's a business, the dollar store guy, he has his own business. But what you notice about the dollar store is that there's nothing really under $1. It's like $1 and up. And what he does to adjust for scaling in his store is he's going to run stuff like, oh, you get 10 of those for $1, and this one you only get 1. Or it's going to go to $2, $3. $5, kind of the top end there. Dollar store. Then they came out with a store down the street here where rich people live. Supposedly rich people. Big houses. They can't afford it, I suppose. And they have a Five Below store, which is $5 and below. So they say a bracket of the market there in a way. I used to look at Investors Business Daily, and they used to have stocks that are $10, and I thought, those are the ones I want because most leverage, right? So leverage is the thing for me. I'm not going to buy a house and flip it because I'm paying, like, I want to have, like, the idea that, well, I know where the market's at. In worst case scenario, I can dump it for X. And unless all of a sudden houses become worthless, right? What is your risk in flipping a house as opposed to flipping a 100K or 200K one ticket? So who makes more money, the guy that's running out 10 houses or the guy that's running out one at the price of 10 houses and you can't find anybody to rent for that price? Who's making more money, the guy that hustles? The guy that does, oh, I made 8 pips here, I made 14 here, I made 16 here, I made 32 here. I'm down 1 pip, I'm down 12. You're setting all of these things yourself. There's no need to back test a fucking 28 pip stop. You could probably lose 40 pips in the news on that if the spread got wide and got slippage. Okay. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Trade really small accounts, no more than $100 in your account if you're starting, because $100 in your account, you could put on a 1K with 1,000 pip stop. That gives you a lot of flexibility. You say, yeah, I'm underwater 200 pips, but hey, I'm only down 20 bucks. Got 100 bucks in the account. Let it go. Or are you going to say, no, let's trade a 10K with a 5 pip stop and lose 5 bucks. And let's keep doing that trade until we end up losing. See, and I'm just speaking of pure trading winning losses, not speaking of like whether these are good trades or not. I'm just saying look at anybody's trading history. It doesn't say why they took the trade. So you don't have to worry about that. See, that's out of the equation. If you're truly a bean counter, then you're just looking at, like, if you're a guy that's looking at the business that you're trying to manage, this dollar store, at the end of the month, you look at the books. You don't look at the customers that came in and all the fun that everybody had buying and selling this shit. You're just looking at the metrics. And so that's a cold, analytical, linear world of, are you winning or losing at this? Should you keep doing it? Everybody judges themselves through money, right? Some people buy fancy cars because they're expensive. But I bet if we drove the speed limit, I'd make it to the store at the same time you do. So why are you driving this high-end car? Well, you like the experience, maybe the feel. Does the guy who has the same amount of money in the bank driving a beater, and he has enough money to call a rescue team, and he's going to have fun when they rescue him, who's living the more fun life? Well, some people would say, I want the security, and I just wouldn't want to be seen in some pickup truck, and I just wouldn't want to be inside of like some Western movie all of a sudden, some Wild West scenario. And so self-concept is destiny. That's what Nathaniel Branden said, which I believe to be absolutely true. And how you see yourself is going to basically guide how you live, and your lifestyle is probably built around that, either by default or by choice. And maybe you do have some battle axe you're trying to, if you had enough money, you leave. But if you feel guilty, then you would definitely sabotage your trading if you're, as they call, discretionary trader, which means you're just kind of like, you're not using a mechanical system. You're not using a rule-based system. You're just going to say, I got a hunch here. I'm going to do this. It looks like we're done going down here. It looks like we're going to buy a little bit here, and then, we'll put in some really deep orders in case they take it down really low tonight, or they take it up really high tonight, and I'm going to sell up there, and I won't be around for the trade, and I'm going to be sleeping. What's your lifestyle? So that's a big deal. You have to design the trade around your lifestyle, just like you have to design your trade around the market's lifestyle. And we all know at this time of day, some people, at this time of day, it's dead. And here's you're going to plug, when you hit F4 on your keyboard, it's going to bring this shit up, and you're going to plug everything in here. And so, it's really got to fit your lifestyle, because you just, it's going to break your heart to see a 15-minute chart going, man, I could have taken that trade. Yeah, but you were sleeping. Or you're like out beating your wife, You can't look over your shoulder while you're beating her to put on a trade on. So all that stuff's going to probably occur to people. So he says here, he's got all these tools. I would say, well, the tools that I listed, and I got the 100 pip grid here, which is the big dark line. It's just telling me that that's 100 pips of movement. And this pound CAD that this goober Ryan's trying to trade, this is 50 pips from this medium dark line to here. So this means that had you bought at the 50 and sold at the 100, bought at the 50 and sold at the 100, bought at the 50 and sold at the 100, in a range trading view of the market, you made money. And if you consider everything below the white line, which is nothing but a one-period moving average, just to make the closing prices jump out more, because MetaTrader does not have a very big thing on that. And if you come in here and fix the scale, and now you just look at how many pips you're trying to make. And this is the 1-hour chart. And it doesn't really matter too much, in my opinion. Now, these are 5 pip handles in here. 5 pip skinny lines. And the spread's pretty bad here. This, you got to swing trade this one. It's terrible spreads. 4 pips on this broker, which usually gives a great spread. So here's 10 pip range. And the spread's like 5 probably at this point. So it's kind of deceiving. That's only the bid, which means the ask, you have to pay these prices here. So you have to pay 5 pips above. When this comes down, you can't buy that price. Okay, that's an available price. Just a key note there. You'll never get filled there. All right, because here's the ask. The ask is white. So if I put a buy limit right here, it's not going to get filled until the white line comes down and hits that. So right now I'm not even in this trade yet. And that's the thing. So if I was going to buy this, I'd put a buy limit here. Just right mouse click and put a buy limit, or you could drop a script. And this is the obvious trade, is these, this is where everybody stops are. This is where there's liquidity. This is where there's a vacuum there. So that you see the vacuum right now. Should be obvious. The vacuum's forming right now above and below. Here's the buy zone. And I would say this is the sell zone, a 50 pip window up here. And here's the first sell zone right here. What if it keeps going? Well, if you have a 500 pip stop, maybe you can survive this 100 pip rally. So from the 50 to the 50. Here's a big controversy at the 50. And this is better than Fibonacci because this is 50 pips, which is a half a penny. And it's very popular. And this is another thing. Do you have a trade plan for these quiet markets? Very quiet here. Could you trade a breakout strategy? Would you got trapped on this 3-hour breakout going the other way? Yeah. But you made it up, right? Look at this. Of course, and you're going to overpay too. Don't forget, if you put a buy stop here, you're going to get filled when this thing's in black and they've already trapped you. But if you do the same trade, and this is the 1-hour chart, you just keep doing the same trade, you're going to make all that money back and then some, because you're going to get filled here on the buy stops, but not filled here on the sell stops. They did not fill you. You can tell they didn't fill you. It's never made a lower low. You're going to sell the bid. You're going to buy the ask. And also, you're down in the unfair value. You're outside. You're in the outlierville. When this breaks out, pulls back, it pulls back to this top on the 1-minute chart. So you know there's a 1-minute chart here, and you know it turned around on a dime there on the 1 minute. Breaks through the 1 minute, comes back to, you don't have to go to the fucking 1-minute chart. I realize that, I suppose, at some point. This top becomes a bottom. You know, on the 30, it could turn around right on a dime there. Right? This wick, okay, anywhere in here. The spread's 5, for God's sake. That's a 5 pip grid of the skinny lines that creating these things is 5 grid. So you can see the 5 grid. So you go to here and you say open navigator, or I'm sorry, view navigator. Here we go. Here is all of the scripts. Now at the top, it's going to say indicators. Okay. And here are the standard ones. I just kept them, I guess. Here's 0, which means 100. In essence, same thing, 100. Here's 100 grid. And here's 10 pips. There's all sorts of weird shit in here, like 13. Here's 2 pips if you're really scalping, if you wanted to see what 2 pips looks like in range. And look at this as supposed to be the where the sellers come in right here. They just blow right through that. There's a triple bottom here on the half hour. They just blow right through that. And look at this. See, on the double wicks here, at the end of that wick is a 1-minute chart. Guaranteed. This could be a double bottom right inside of here. What, do you have to be on that? No. This 4-hour window of entry here is just went 5 pips lower, or went 2 pips lower here and then ripped up. Is this a good place to get in the market? Anywhere below closing prices, anywhere below this white line. Oh, yeah. How many times was that a good trade? Oh, God. And look, the same thing on this side. Some guy said in the comments, oh, he's getting stopped out with a 15 pip stop. Well, put a 20, put a 40, put a 500 pip stop in. You have to have a spectrum. Dollar store's got spectrum. How are they doing? Haven't seen too many close down. I mean, dollar stores, they're doing pretty good. All those, you know, every kind of dollar store. Dollar Tree, Dollar Dick, they're all doing good. Dollar Dildos, they're all doing good. And you can see here on the 4 hour, now here's another thing. What does this look like psychologically? I'm going to buy here and I'm going to sell here. Ooh, that looks scary. What if it keeps going up? Look at it just crushing. And by the way, this is the one that Ryan Brown, who's the biggest goof I've ever seen trade in my life. Look at this double top become a bottom on the daily on that thing I marked off. Okay. You know, now, but look at the vacuum. Look at the fill. It backfills this vacuum because nature pours a vacuum, and it front fills this one. And then it comes back here, does a double bottom into this top. Why is that happening? It's not because of NAFTA and DICTFA. It's because the motherfuckers that sold here cashed out here, then they sold here, here because they thought, oh, it's going to crash, and then they have to get the fuck out. And hedge funds are going to buy that back there. Besides, it's in an uptrend. People are buying on pullbacks, all sorts of reasons. It's probably going to keep going up. And this goober's got a 500 pip stop. So he just got stopped out of something on here because I see his stops are at 181, and he's trading 40K on each ticket for some poor son of a bitch that let him manage some fucking $80,000 account. And he's saying to people, you know, if your drawdown's kicking your ass, you know, hey, you know, if you don't like drawdowns, then don't trade with me. Oh, okay. That sounds like good advice. That big. And like, really? That's why I said you can swing trade with a 500 pip stop and wait for you'd make money on that. But what if it keeps going up? And from the looks of it, now here's the weekly. And let's not forget, if he couldn't even get his brain halfway around the fact that when we took out the high of last fucking year, just like the euro did, which I explained a million times at Tuesday, once that happens, oh yeah, vacuums leave clues, bitch. As soon as this thing starts filling up a buttercup, and it's right up in the sell window, so he could actually make money. But he already got stuck. He can make money, and he says, well, typically the market only moves 500 pips. Okay. Well, typically, you know, isn't anything to these markets. Look at this. Look at the sell-off here. That's only like, what, 1,500 pips here? Yeah, well, why the pound's kicking the CAD has nothing to do with NAFTA or Brexit versus. How would you even equate that? Well, what the people are, and then making suppositions what the people are thinking in this trade. Oh my God! So it says, and so I think you have to go backwards engineer this. Do you want to risk $5 or 50 cents? Do you want to risk $10? How can you divvy up your orders so you can swing trade it? Are you a swing trader or are you a scalper? I guess that's the fork in the road. Scalper's going to have to like really babysit the market, you know, like a little kid, and you're tired. Yeah, so I was chilling with some friends of mine, and they had the granddaughter over there. And nobody slept good. I slept like a rock. So I slept on the couch. But these people complain about the baby crying, and I'm like, okay, well, get duct tape. I mean, this is easy to solve this shit. Get a soundproof crib. You know, put a heart monitor on the kid. If the kid starts to go, are you waiting for like vital signs to drop before I'm going to intervene? The technology's there, people. You know, $6 million man. Gentlemen, we can rebuild them. You know, get this kid on some fucking high-end gear, some monitor shit. We don't need this, you know. We don't need this. And so anyways, I don't know what my point was. Oh, I think it was, imagine you're scalping, your kid's crying. You got to go bitch slap your kid. You're like, damn it. Fucking kid, I'm down 8 pips now. So your lifestyle. And if you're impatient and you may not be a swing trader. See, now this is the thing. If you like rock and roll, how are you going to do it polka music? Unless somebody gave you that as a exercise in class. And this is the only thing that's kind of good about taking courses and stuff and going is meeting people and seeing that, you know, gosh, can I really trust what this guy's saying is true? Is this how you make money? Well, you really got to ask yourself, could I live the life he's living? Could I do the things he's doing? And usually no. Like if you spend any time with anybody that's successful, you go, God, yeah, but oof, I don't know if I can handle this aspect of the job. I mean, this is terrible. Driving through traffic or dealing with people that are out of their fucking mind, but they're paying you. And I guess that's what you have to do if you were going to charge people to teach them. You're actually paying for their bad customers. Just like they say when the hotel, why is a restaurant so expensive? Because you're paying for the unrented rooms. It's got to be made up somewhere. So this guy wrote me a letter, says, I'm 35 years old from Sweden, and I really want to learn how to trade. Well, I don't think that's that hard. I could show you right here. I could just buy it at the market up here. So this is how you trade. You come up here, and the broker's going to have this set at standard lot when you open the account typically. What you would do is just go like this. There, I just traded. I just bought the pound CAD, 1K, and I'm down, let's see, if I go to the most recent trade, I'm down 20 cents. I'm down the spread right now. I'm using $2 a margin. I think I'm trading out of Shelley's Islands, St. Vincent. You know where all the rich people go, offshore. And so I'm down 19 cents, and I'm like, ooh, now I'm down 26. I'm like, God, this trade's not working. It's like my friend this morning said, these socks aren't working. And I said, oh, really? Are they going to go to the unemployment office now? Because they're out of work socks? And so she went up to change her socks. You know, I said, dial in that trade. Trading her humility for this party she's going to. So here's the deal. Are we going to swing trade or are we going to scalp? So this guy says, he says, and one big wish for this guy is something I can still do that. How do I learn all the things you can? Well, you really learn about yourself, because right now I'm down 25 cents on this trade, and I'm thinking, I'm really buying up here at the top of this 4-hour stairway to heaven? Can it keep going? Like, I'm a trend trader. In other words, it's going up. How do you know it's going up? Because it went up. Is it still going to go up? We don't know. Is Ryan Brown going to be right? We don't know. And this is the first day. The markets have only been open for 3 hours now. And we can go to the 1-hour chart. And we can say, okay, you know what I should have done is put a buy limit here. I wouldn't get filled unless I put the buy limit here, right? Never forget, this is the bid chart. You can force an ask chart with an indicator. That probably does it for you. But a buy limit here would not get filled. One here would get filled. And if your stop was here, you're still in the trade. So here's the mini vacuum fill. And now you're going to buy at the market with a very tight stop, because you can run a tight stop now. So this is giving you a 5-pip grid. And if you're going to run 8-pip stops, you know it's time to step up to the plate. You're up to bat here. Buy or sell, doesn't matter. But you have your script tuned to the market, and it's appropriate for the situation that you come across. You're not going to shoot an ant with an elephant gun, because you're going to waste money. The sizing, and of course, like the dollar store and the Five Below store, that's all sized on the. I've spent a lot of time touring the metro area, and let me tell you, these stores are dialed into their customers. Walked into a grocery store the other day, and all you have to do is move 1 mile away, and you're in Vietnam. I had a Vietnamese restaurant I went to, and 90% of the people in there were Vietnamese. And when you're going down this road, you're looking at Saigon this and Saigon that, and I mean, it's just, this is like it's like Chinatown. Every town has their Chinatown and their Italian town and their Polish town, whatever. So every market has their this and their that. And so what is it? What is it with these markets? And of course, this one grocery store that was in kind of I'd say the Euro trash zone. It was in the white people that are successful and rich. They're selling clothes in this grocery store, trying to kind of go after the people across the street that are selling clothes in their store, and it's just this funny game, you know. And that's a classic. Let me go on with this guy's letter. I hope that information, that metaphor somehow makes sense. The market in the way that it's the distribution of all of this stuff it happens naturally. Like, you know, the idea that everybody's going to have this rainbow coalition, and when you walk in every store, it's going to have every ethnicity. No, sorry. People want to be with their own kind. You know, it's too much work to hang out with people that only fucking speak English, you know. And who wants to work that hard? Well, some people are just inherently lazy. And the markets are like that. The markets are going to culminate. They're going to dilly-dally. Like, this would be, say, wave 4, whatever, consolidation. This is like wave 2, whatever. You're going to get this stuff here, which is meandering. It's hourly chart. Don't forget, coming into Asia, then we break out, and then the breakout traders are just killing it here. Your strategy of getting in on low volatility breakout, you're just killing it in Asia. And right now, you might be killing it on the short side. If I went short here, right, because that's a signal. In that world, that's a signal. You should be short right now. Oops. That's fucking loud. Over here it was. Right here. You should be short, or you're maybe getting trapped if you sold here and you didn't get filled on the buy side. But I bought the market. And I also put a buy limit in there, I think. So just got filled in the buy limit. Like I said, if I'm bullish, if I think the trend's still going up, I accept the fact that I'm now down 30 cents on that first ticket, and the second ticket, I'm sorry, down 65 cents on the buy at the market. This is the pending I placed to get the better price. Now here comes 8:30. This is a big deal. So it's 9:30. Bottom of the hour is the biggest deal in my opinion. Look at the half-hour chart. Look at the turns that happen on the half-hour. Look at this sheared candle. Look at this thing turn right on a dime on the half-hour. Look at this one. Bam. A little bit higher. This could happen. This could have been 1 minute of movement there. And so half-hour, there's only 48 bars. You're not going to overtrade it. You got enough space there. So that's how it is, you know. Your lifestyle. What is it? Let's take a look here. So it says you've probably done many hours of trading education and so on, but how do I become a master like yourself? Teach me. I think I'm just a masturbator, but I mean, you know, the thing is, I'm just trying to explore trading. And, you know, it's about having freedom of your mind and not feeling compelled to do anything in these markets. Let the market come to you. And of course, if you're impatient, you're totally fucked. Let's say if you can do something like drawing, if you're going to babysit the market. So what do you do if you're babysitting some boring, dumb kid, right? You can watch TV. I've watched many hours of TV with out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's the market. Okay. Or I could stare at the chart, and of course it would warp my brain, you know. But I'm just I'm a master thinker, I think, in terms of I'm trying to consider what the buyers are thinking and what the sellers are thinking, and try not to. Unfortunately, I'm bullish, so I'm more apt to buy. But if I'm counter trend trading, then that doesn't. In other words, if I have a counter trend trade that makes 10 pips or 15, and I have a trend trade when the market is going up that I can load into. But it wouldn't matter whether I was a really good trader or not, because a lot of people would say, well, like some guy cutting down, Mark Douglas saying that, well, he lost at one point in his life. So we've all lost a lot of money quickly, and we've made a lot of money quickly. Don't forget, a lot of us have made a lot of money very quickly in a flash and not know what was going on and just got out. And you're like, oh, God, if I would have stayed in there. Yeah, you made a lot of money because you were really big, but you realize that, well, that's more money than I've ever made in my life in that short period of time. So could you get out too early of a trade? Sure, certainly. So the guy says, well, that's all for me, I guess. I'm getting into the spam folder. Appreciate the movies. But he says, if trading was so easy, as all the gurus told, why is there all the education programs, and is there a point at where you stop teaching people to get them to buy even more courses and all fancy add-ons? Well, the thing is that don't forget, we all know how to lose weight is to exercise and eat less, and that's said, there's a diet course in one sentence, exercise and eat less. And so why is the diet industry the biggest selling industry on the planet? Because people think, well, you know, maybe there's a trick to it. And maybe there's the perfect diet. I just watched this guy. I was watching PBS, and some guys on there, well, you should eat this, not too much of that. And there's mercury in this, and all the fields are stripped of all their nutrients and this and that. And I'm like, well, you know, okay. But this is like I've got a 1 period moving average and an 8 and a 9 and a 10. I've got every moving average possible on the screen. Therefore, it should be a better situation. 500 tools. Oh boy, you know. And so that industry, and of course, after you take the how to lose weight, well, how to get fit. Then how to get fit, how to get fitter. The second edition with updates. New research has been discovered. Don't forget, when level 3 market analysis, wait till level 2. Wait till I keep on messing this up, G5 or 5G. It's going to blow away cable. There goes your coax. There'll be this Wi-Fi is coming in a couple of years that's just like screaming fast. What happens when those people come online? You know, when people that don't even know how to pronounce internet come online. So it's like always the good old days, as Joni Mitchell says, because just wait. Just wait till you see what's coming. And we got a buddy doing security now, and he's having to, you know, at this place of business, get the security tighter. And I said, well, just do this. And he goes, no. I said, oh, no. He says, I said, anybody can just take a picture of the screen, you know. In other words, he's making it so none of the employees can save something. Screen capture. Oh, take a capture old school of your phone. He goes, well, there's security cameras. And I didn't have the peace of mind to say, okay, get a telephoto lens. Right? Or get a spy camera on your ass. You bend over, pick up a pencil, takes a picture. There's no, you can always hack into something. In the market, it's not that hard to hack into. It's about, can you situate yourself and accommodate the market? Are you willing to contour your life to the market's behavior? Yeah, if you could stay up for, if you could watch the market for 12 hours a day, is it possible that you could get some killer entries watching the pattern unfold in front of you, or watching your pendings fill in front of you? And adding, going, you know what? It's going the way I thought it'd go. Here, I'm going to add on these like micro pullbacks. Yeah. Then when you make enough money doing that, you'd be like, you know what? This is boring now. I've been through all these feelings of, I miss the good old days when I blew up accounts. So let me blow up this account. Let me blow up a demo account. Are you trading for the feeling, or do you need the money? If you don't need the money, you're probably trading for the feeling of trading. Because if you have a day job that pays X and you're making and losing 0.1 of that, a tenth of that. So if you're making 10 grand a month and you're blowing up and you're winning $1,000 a month, you can trade for fun. I still don't understand why these people, disempowered trading's gone now, but I don't want anybody here who's a serious trader. What if I just want to dick around and fucking blow up my account? Who cares? And all the great trades are really like U.S. Open. Actually, 9:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, unless you're in Florida, is the biggest fucking turnaround or continuation, typically turnaround, of every day. And actually 9:30, 12 hours before that, coming to Asia. There's an establishment thing that happens. There's a thing that happens. And it typically breaks out of a range. It'll get very tight before the cash market opens in the United States. After news is coming out, an hour, the news is digested. Here comes the stocks. And the fundamentals are bullshit, in my opinion. Absolute bullshit. It's about filling the void. It's filling the vacuum. The market's looking for fresh territory. It's roaming. So yeah, I think the diet industry, they're still selling shit. So there's this thing on TV. I was teasing my friend. They're selling this thing where you just take pills and lose weight. Then the next commercial about an hour later is testosterone. And I thought, well, that's it. Get me both of those and get me some hot yoga. And in like 3 weeks, I'd look like a fucking action figure. But what's the point? Am I going to get laid? Probably not. Or maybe I will. By a hooker I had to hire. Or maybe I will by some shallow girl. And so if I'm all buffed out and I look really good, is it so I feel healthier and I have a better framework in my mind and I'm less depressed? Or do I feel like, well, there's hope for me. I still could get laid. What's the motivation in that? And do you feel like a failure because you're eating a Twinkie or an Oreo cookie? How's that all work out? And so, this thing, like I said, lifestyle. And of course, that would be the thing, especially losing weight. Are you the kind of person that gets up and does 100 push-ups, or you're like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't need to do that. I mean, I'm not on TV. You don't have to trade. And like I said, you could trade demo and have fun. And then you could say, well, I'm making money in demo, and then you trade real money, and then you're scared, right? Because you're like, well, this is real money. I'm going to be very serious now. And I test drove everything. I test drove the car. I went to the dealership. Sure, it was great when the salesman was sitting next to me in the car seat, and I was doing donuts in the parking lot going, the hell's pretty good, And then I go buy my car, right? Or you rent a car to see if you like that car, and you beat the shit out of it. And you get your car, and you're like super careful. You're like, oh boy, be careful. And now you run over a couple obese children or something, and you fuck up the bumper, and you're like, damn it, god damn it, you know. And are you a good driver, or were you too nervous? What went wrong? And that's when people keep a journal going, you know, fucked up. Boy, what was I thinking? She had such a nice ass. Now look at us. When our 8th kid, and she's got a needle hanging out of her arm. Just another day at the beach. Then this guy in Skype sent me a message saying, and this is a classic. I want to ask you if you think there's a group of people in the markets with an interest in manipulating prices against conventional analysis. Well, first thing is, what is considered conventional analysis? So I answered him, I don't think it's possible that a group of people could agree on conventionality and time frame to do anything. And which group would be winning? So, are the groups fighting amongst each other here? Oh yeah, they're called the Bulls and the Bears, and the fight goes on. And if your conventional analysis fails, this doesn't mean that somebody's making that happen. And this is paranoia beyond the point. This is the sign of drug abuse, I think. But, or just mind abuse. And then he says, are you a guy that believes in efficient markets or inefficient markets? Efficient or inefficient? I don't know. I don't know if it would matter. If you believed in efficient markets, is that going to help your trading? And what does that mean? That the price is this whole thought stems from the idea that I don't want to play a game where it's not fair. I don't want to play football if I think it's rigged. If I think that the referees are getting paid off, well, what does that matter? If you're betting on a game that has a random outcome, what do you give a fuck if it's rigged? Or if it's efficient or deficient or inefficient or proficient? What would you care? How would it's such a sideline. And why would you ask that question? So that if it's inefficient, you trade from a certain kind of, or if conventional analysis is being overridden, that you're going to run conventional analysis, whatever that means, 20 EMAs, but which time frame, and you're going to fade the analysis. You're going to say, well, I'm getting a buy signal from stochastics, therefore I'm going to sell. And that might even work because of the stop you chose and the target you chose. So in the end, it's about the stop and the target you chose, isn't it? In the end, it's really about how much room you gave the market to prove you right or wrong, to take profits or not. In the end, that's really what it is. So let me go to this Ryan Seacrest thing, which is pretty amusing. This is the guy that I said I think he's just $3 bill queer. Please hold. And here comes, as they say in court papers, and here comes Ryan Brown. And get a load of this guy. It's also coming up to the bottom of the hour. We're looking for a spike in price here. So we have to pull away to watch the drama at the bottom of the hour as Asia opens for the week. So he's not going to be as loud as me. I'm ranting pretty loud, so he's very soft-spoken. Crank him up here.
And I would imagine some profit taking happened, pushed this down a bit, and currently we're on our way back up. And this, I did not expect this to continue down. We needed more fundamental data to continue that pushing that, or to add to that technical pullback that happened.
This is complete bullshit, in my unhumble opinion. Dude, it came back to where the starting gate was. Okay, This is the support area. Buyer's game, man. Don't forget, you're on the 1 hour chart, Goober. 3 hours hard down. What do I say about 3 hours hard down? Buy every fucking 3 hours hard down. Hard down, buy. Okay, you didn't make a bunch of money. Boom, boom, boom. Buy. 1, 2, 3, buy. 1, hard down, buy. Hard down, buy. 2, hard down, buy. How'd that trade work out for you, Ryan? Well, you didn't say. This guy is hilarious. Why does he have a 1 hour chart? He's selling 40 standard lots on a real account. He's only down 9 grand here.
We need some fundamental data to really extend that. The same thing happened here, where we had a pullback at this point, and it was a technical pullback in here. Just not enough data to support.
Technical pullback. It's a pullback. I don't technical, smectical. It's a pullback's a pullback's a pullback. I mean, it's you should have taken some profits on some of these tickets. That's why you have to have scalps built into this. I mean, all or nothing thinking. I would say here's an example of really monophonic thinking. Just it doesn't get any worse than this. Inflexibility. This guy needs a yoga class. I mean, he's skinny enough. He's gay enough. He could do yoga.
To change investors' mind on pushing this down further.
Not traders' mind, investors' mind. Yeah, right. Well, what do you mean? It came into support where the buyers are. Is this really going past this guy's intellect? I'm sure he knows. No, I don't know what this guy's education level is, but really?
It's the same thing that's happened today as well. A change in bias needs to happen, and we don't have that yet.
But he's short into this bitch like a martingale enthusiast. Linear grid, look at this. Actually, he's not even martingale. He's 40K on each ticket here. At least he didn't sell down here at the bottom. Got to give him that.
It's possible that this could extend into up.
But his first sell should have been here based on my theory of the vacuum. See, here's the vacuum start, this wick. He could have saved himself a couple bucks.
Until we have some more clarity on NAFTA and on Brexit. So
how would this even affect this thing, man? You're talking about the pound against the CAD. Oh, yeah, who's getting more ass kicked? Brexit or what? Where is the fundamental meter? How does that fundamental meter even read this? Well, you know what the people are thinking. You're going to get in the minds of everybody that's moving this market. Wow. Mind melt.
You're maybe asking, well, it sounds like a big risk, right? So holding this sounds like a risky situation because anything can go in any direction based on what agreements are made with Brexit and
it's 8:30, and buyers are coming into the euro.
In NAFTA. You know, sometimes we need luck as traders, and in situations like this. But I have pulled.
So when you do dumb shit, it's time to start looking for lady luck.
Pulled my data over the last 10 years, and my data shows that within
last 10 years. How about the last 100 years? His data shows that typically the market. This stuff is hilarious, dude. You're seriously getting your ass kicked at 9 grand down.
Reason, and that's from a 500 pip reason from order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That price typically will reverse around where it is now, based on previous data. Now, is that anything I should? Does that pull in any merit?
Could you have breakout traded these really gimme trades? Look at this narrow range. Boom. Narrow range. Boom. In fact, look at this whole box of narrow range here. Boom. Wow. This poor guy. He's got people investing with him.
It has in the past. We'll see if it does now. So, where am I going to... Moving forward. Let's say that we get out of this trade taking no losses.
In about 3 months. You really think we're coming back to here anytime soon? Oh boy.
Moving forward with that means those that can't handle this drawdown anymore should leave, and that's fine. I know that some have already left already because of the drawdown. Um, but I will be considering temporarily removing the pound Canadian dollar until we have some more clarity. So let's say
some more clarity. So then he's going to get short about down here where if he would have stayed short from here. I mean, talking about getting whipsawed, right?
That price extends down and we still don't have clarity on Brexit or NAFTA, and we actually are able to get out of this trade. I will likely discontinue using the pound Canadian dollar temporarily.
Yeah, because you know what? It's like when these animals bite you, you take them down. This is where this comes from. In my opinion, in my unhumble opinion, this mentality comes from, okay, that fucking currency doesn't like me. I won't trade it anymore. I got rabies from it.
Until we have some more clarity, because I don't want to get stuck in another situation where we're deep in on one side.
So, why would that happen? Because the market hasn't made up his mind, and I mean, his suppositions are just literally retarded.
And so I will likely not be using the pound Canadian dollar for a couple of weeks.
We'll give that pound cat a timeout. It's mistreated me. Look at his face. He's not happy about the way this currency's been torturing his short side.
So the other two pairs, the pound, the Aussie CAD, and the NZD CAD. So those two pairs I'm going to continue to use. I feel like they're a bit safer at this moment to use. And I may increase the risk on those two pairs to make up for a little bit of...
They're safer, so he's going to take up the risk and make them unsafe.
The lack of potential profit that we may be missing in the coming weeks if we temporarily discontinue using the pound Canadian dollar. So I don't think that I can expect an 8 to 12% by cutting out...
I couldn't see if he was long or short on the other one.
The pound CAD, because it is a heavy profit maker for me in standard.
It's also a heavy loser. I noticed that too. If I'm really making a lot of money on something, I'd probably be losing money on that something. It's a very fucking volatile currency is what that means. It really does mean that.
Price behavior. But that will be talked about once this trade basket is closed out. I apologize for the drawdown, and it's unfortunate that they've happened so close together. We had one last week, we had one this week, the last week one was 28%.
It's very unfortunate by the way the euro just turned on a dime there in the half hour. Let's go to our trusty euro dollar chart. Look at this half hour. Look at this thing, shaved candle in a half hour. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that thing. Right? See what I'm saying?
This week we went up to about 26, and it's been likely very hard for those following me to handle that kind of drawdown, because it also kicks into our profit, because while we're waiting for drawdown, it means that we're missing out on profit potential, causing us to have a lower growth
019er, waiting for drawdown.
Or profit gain for each month, while waiting for these losing trades to come into profit. So I think that covers pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, and where I see things moving and how I will adjust going ahead. I also will continue to test my strategy to make sure that if the markets are changing and we can expect more drawdown like this, then it may need a modification to help with drawdown scenarios like this. Another reason why I may be...
This is crazy, man. I mean, shouldn't this be thought about before you go out on your camping expedition? If you can't make it to the top of Mount Everest, you don't halfway up Mount Everest say, you know what, we may have to make some modifications But you never made them when you were in the coziness of your cabin before you stepped out into the elements of chaos in Mother Nature.
Be temporarily disabling trading on the pound Canadian dollar
Give it a timeout. Bad pound cat. Bad pound cat.
to evaluate it a little bit further to make sure that what we're doing here
Is kosher.
is the best way to trade that specific pair.
Best practice.
All right, guys and gals, I'll see you guys on Monday for potentially another update. I do expect these trades probably not to close out in loss, well, in profit until sometime mid next week.
That's good to hear.
We don't have a lot of fundamental news happening until about Wednesday. So likely we'll be holding these trades over the weekend. So time to brace yourself and
brace yourself. Bohica. Bend over and kiss your ass goodbye, right?
continue to follow me and keep these trades open. Try to stay calm and try to understand what the picture is.
This is the picture. Yeah. Laurie Anderson, Peter Gabriel.
Now and in the future. And helping, and I'm trying to help you with how I'm seeing it. So
well, you're helping a lot. I can see how you see it, if you see what I'm saying.
you can hopefully understand my reasoning and see it in the same way.
Well, the lack of, I'm certainly well aware of that.
Okay. But understand that there's risk. There's risk here.
There's risk here, people. Hey, anybody? Well, I'm down like, I'm down a couple cups of coffee on this trade. You know, Maxwell House.
On both sides. That depending on what happens with NAFTA and Brexit, it could cause
NAFTA and Brexit. Really? Brexit? Come on, man. NAFTA? This stuff's been around for years. If he really thinks Brexit and NAFTA is driving this market, it's hysterical. Well, you know, the fundamental. Oh, really? Where's Bitcoin? Buy Bitcoin. See a Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to 4,500.
cause losses, but it also could get us out in profit. Nevertheless, once these trades close out, I want you to decide for yourself if this is something that you want to continue.
I guess so. I'm a masochist. Sure. Let me put some more money in the account. I did that with some guy that was trading options. Kept loading up.
You understand? You've understand the risks in a very heavy way now. You've been
I understand the losses.
for those that were thrown in just about 2 weeks ago on this. You are experiencing some of my heaviest drawdown.
Heavy, man. I thought his heaviest drawdown was when he let a robot trade for him and he lost like $2,000 or something.
And so I think that you will understand, and now you understand the worst that my strategy has to offer.
Well, I hope it gets better, man. This poor guy, you know. I mean, dude, you know, oh my God.
And knowing that might give you some personal clarity moving forward.
Moving forward. I love that speak, that serious speak. Well, moving forward and without regard to that. And I love all those corporate catchphrases. Well, moving forward, what I see here is we need to kind of reorganize the situation from what we had before. We need to go more macro than micro. And I think what we need is a little bit more understanding about the situation we're at and looking back and looking forward inside of a culmination of things that happen that we have no control over. So in closing, I'd like to say that I'm really sorry for the drawdown / loss. And, you know, it becomes apparent that looking forward is not like looking back. And I have a 14-period RMI instead of an RSI at the bottom of my screen, which I'm not using to make any money from because I don't understand how it works. And if I would just had taken the note here to realize that when it's more oversold at a higher price, this is a place to get the fuck long. See how it's more oversold, the price is higher than it was here. See how it's more oversold here than it was here, and the price is actually higher in relation to this. It's a good place to get on the long train. It's same thing on the sell side. And divergence causes the buy signal. So here's your divergence. We have a climax the oscillator here. Here it's a failure swing in the oscillator, which causes the breath to take a buy signal. And if you're not comfortable with the drawdown, you're going to have to meditate more. But some people looking forward would say that Brexit and NAFTA, that there's supposed to be a meeting between the Brexit and NAFTA guys, and they're going to get into a room and they're going to break bread, which means they're going to have a meal together, and they're going to discuss the situation. And they're going to bring up a chart of this thing, and they're going to say, we need to push the market to stop out all the people that think it's going down. And this is how we're going to make money, screwing the public. Okay? I mean, all this stuff is just ridiculous. I'm joking. I hope you know I've been joking for the last 3 minutes. But look at all the stuff he's got up here. New Zealand CAD, Australia CAD. Oh my God, this guy is like cheating. He's a serial trader. Dollar Swiss 4 hour, pound of the dollar, pound of the yen, euro to the pound of the yen again, Australia to the dollar. How does he keep his head screwed on? The spread, New Zealand CAD? Well, you know, part of the NAFTA and New Zealand, you know, they make milk over there. And what's happening in the morning is people are eating Oreos made in Canada with milk out of New Zealand. And fundamentally, you know how many people are eating this fucking thing for breakfast? What is this fundamental analysis about? It's just so fucking utterly stupidity based. Well, fundamentally, you know, see there on the chart, that was my horoscope getting triggered. Anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.